is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the happy hour.
You guys want a happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. This is the happy hour. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert, Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Hello, Rico.
Hello.
How's the day, man?
So far, so good. We had some pumpkin pie lattes from the mill.
Yeah, I missed
courtesy
out
of
on
Luke.
those.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to have to take the jaunt northward to the mill from where we're
Northward. It's a very long jaunt.
It is. It's about a whole whopping
How many steps do you think
20
it is
yard
from the studio to the counter at the mill?
30.
That seems like a lot.
I feel like 30
I'm gonna go
realistic.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay, we're gonna have to count them.
Of course.
Okay,
and not extended steps, not short
27 and a half.
Oh, that's a good. That's
27 and a half. Over
I think
under steps to the.
I think
mill.
I might still go under
to the counter.
Yeah,
where you can set both hands on the counter.
Mm-hmm. Not leaning.
Yep. Just comfortable.
Okay.
All right. There you go. 27 and a half. You're gonna go under.
I'm gonna go under.
Okay. I'm gonna say right at 27 or 28. So nonetheless, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. All here for you to interact with the show. Had a good one yesterday. Charlie Colon of Chick-fil-A joined us to kick things off, and then Steve Mark of Inside Nebraska joined us in the second segment. There wasn't a whole lot of you and I talking.
Nope.
But sometimes that's probably a good thing.
Honestly, I think that people like that.
I would say so as well.
Please let us know. Honda of Lincoln hotline, Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. Less or more, Rico and Nick.
So once again, 464-5685. Unnamed texter says 40 steps for Rico, 25 for a normal size human.
Joke's on you. I have decently long legs. Not really. Actually, yeah, no, I have decently long legs for how short I am. I'm more legs than torso.
That is true. That's how I feel sometimes. Everything's just squished.
Mm-hmm.
If I was about 4 inches taller, I feel like everything, I wouldn't be looking so large.
I also wish I was 4 inches taller.
Yeah. But
I would be, what, 5'9"?
Yeah, the current weight number I'm at isn't bad for a guy that's 6'1", but here I am at 5'10".
I think technically, the BMI scales and everything, technically, I think I'm obese.
I think a lot of people are.
Which BMI is ridiculous.
BMI is stupid.
It's like, oh, you're 6 foot and 180 pounds? Too fat.
Yep. Stop eating so much.
It's like, what?
Good afternoon, John and Cortland. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good rest of your day as well, man. We got a lot of stuff to get to. Obviously, Husker football as we continue getting ready for Louisiana Tech. And then also NFL stuff, because Minkah Fitzpatrick spoke to the media for the first time since his hit on Nick Chubb. Minkah Fitzpatrick actually ended up going to the hospital. Not a lot. I didn't realize this until I was reading an article. He got the wind knocked out of him on that play that he hit Nick Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
And then later in the game, he re-aggravated it and got the wind knocked out of him again. So he went to the hospital, didn't practice Wednesday, but then ended up being able to talk to the media earlier today. And he had some stuff to say about his hit on Nick Chubb. And I want to dive into that. I have the rules book for hits on a defenseless player pulled up, just the rule of hits in the NFL and what's allowed, what's legal, what's constitutes a penalty, all that stuff. But once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys. Before we dive too far into this, I want to talk Pac-12 football. Now, before people freak out and before you change the dial, don't do that. Don't turn off Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Allo.
Please listen to us. We have smart things to say.
This is not a Colorado discussion, so do not worry. This is a Pac-12 conference discussion. Because think of it this way. Prior to this year, and even in years before 2023 in this season, the view of Pac-12 football was a little murky.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of respect. They've struggled to get teams into the playoff, not because Utah hasn't been good, but because the strength of schedule has kind of been on the poorer side of it. But then also in the conference certainly hasn't helped a team like Utah, a team like an Oregon, or even USC in some instances, hasn't helped them out.
Yeah, the conference schedule has been kind of iffy just based on how strong the teams have looked from year to year. You've got your stronger teams at the top, like a USC and a Utah, but UCLA's hit or miss. Oregon is always, usually they're at the top, but they'll have like 2 or 3 losses for some reason throughout the year. Washington State and Oregon State, usually bottom feeders, pretty strong right now. Washington usually, you have teams that are usually kind of strong, but at the same time, they'll lose some ridiculous games. And all of a sudden, if you lose to them, it just takes you completely out of commission. Plus, you added the strength of the SEC and the Big Ten and the fact that a lot of the times voters and eyes are on the East Coast. The West Coast kind of falls into the ether or whatever, and nobody's really watching it. So you have your Pac-12 after dark, but considering that nobody's going to tune in to watch it when you're going towards the end of the season and you're voting, you're like, oh yeah, I guess they have some wins over these teams, but they're not that good.
Well, and that's the thing is I think a lot of it in the past has been, well, I'm not staying up till 9 p.m. to watch a game, or I'll watch the kickoff and I'll watch the first quarter, but then once 10:30 hits, I'm going to bed, right?
You make all of your decisions based on the first quarter. And if there's, not a lot of, if you're into points and there's not a lot of points, you turn it off. If you're into defense and there's a lot of points, you turn it off.
So once again, the Pac-12, 4, 5, I believe they have 6 teams in the top, 7, 8 teams in the top 25.
Wow.
The Pac-12 does.
Ooh, can I guess them?
I mean, they're going to be relatively
the usual
easily,
suspects.
Easy, yep.
Is there one that's not? I mean, Oregon State and Washington State are in there.
There were 2 that I forgot about that were in this week's top 25. I'll tell you the ones that you're going to already know.
The strong ones.
Number 5, USC. Number 8, Washington. Number 10, Oregon. Number 11, Utah. How about this? Number 14, Oregon State.
Wow.
Number 19, Colorado. These other 2 teams check in at number 21 and check in at number 22. Both of them play in a very, very intense game this weekend. One of them, the team that's ranked 21st, faces Oregon State.
Okay.
The other team, ranked 22nd, faces Utah.
It's Washington State.
It is. That's ranked 21st.
And UCLA.
That's right, ranked 22nd. So you have those 8 teams out of the Pac-12 that are ranked. And so once again, the Colorado, you might get lost in the luster of what they've done early on here. But nonetheless, a Washington State team that's still left out of everything.
Still searching for a conference or clinging to,
Pac-12.
Oregon State. Those two are clinging together.
Yeah. You have 2 teams that are remaining in the Pac-12 after this year, or what's left of it, that are ranked 14th and 21st. Oregon State and Washington State.
It's the
Just
opposite,
the irony.
It's the opposite of the Big 12.
Yeah.
Because the Big 12, Texas and Oklahoma are ranked. Everyone else in the Big 12 is not ranked.
Yeah, Texas comes in at number 3. Let's see, who was the other one? Oklahoma is ranked 16th. And other than that, there's no other Big 12 team. And they added BYU, they added Cincinnati, and they added Houston.
And UCF.
And UCF, thank you. Kansas State, they're reigning Big 12 champion,
Just
out
lost.
of the top 25. By the way, Kansas State plays UCF this week. I also believe Cincinnati plays Oklahoma. Oklahoma plays at Cincinnati this weekend. It's a really good college football weekend.
It is.
We'll have to dive into that a little bit more tomorrow. I'm looking forward to our weekend picks because it's going to be a good one.
They're
But
going to be ridiculous. I already know it.
it's a really good weekend of college football with a riveting 2:30 p.m. kickoff game wedged in between Louisiana Tech and Nebraska. But nonetheless, so you look at just once again the irony and the humor in this is that this conference that frankly could not get a media rights deal to save their lives.
No.
They got offered one way back when the commissioner of the Pac-12 conference, George Kliakoff, says, nah, you know what? We can get better.
We're better than that. We're the Pac-12.
We can get millions and millions more per school than what you're offering to us.
So the thing is, at the time, before all of this was happening, I understand it. I get it. You want to get more money for your schools. You want to get more money for your conference. You think that you can get more than that, which the Pac-12 should have gotten more than that. But at the same time, you have to realize how much the SEC, how much the Big Ten, whatever the ACC and the Big 12 are getting, and kind of, median that out. And at the time, I don't know what the TV deals were looking like, but maybe it was a slap in the face to the Pac-12. Maybe it truly looked like the Pac-12 could have gotten more money for their media rights deal. So looking back on it, it looks ridiculous. Knowing what's been going on now and how they can't get a TV deal, ridiculous. But at the time, it probably made a lot of sense. And I don't really blame him.
So, we always get wrapped up in ratings and how many people are watching your game and things like that. Nebraska is obviously was up there when it was Nebraska, Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. But once again, so here were the week 3 football ratings. And I want to, obviously at the top, we know that despite a 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, or even, so what would it be, 7 p.m. Pacific? Yes, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Colorado State and Colorado were the most watched game. We know that, right? Obviously, you have the Colorado, but then you have all the stuff that happened prior to that week.
Do you think, okay.
Or that week leading up to it, where it was Jay Norvell pumping up his own team, but it got misconstrued to where he was coming at Colorado.
He kind of did. He went at Dion. This isn't to take anything away from either one of those teams or from the coaches, but is it a little bit of a not showmanship, but is it a little plugging yourselves, plugging the other team, plugging your matchup, trying to get more eyes? Because look, Coach Prime's going to get it regardless. What Colorado's been doing and how they look is going to get eyes regardless. But Jay Norvell to call out Dion and say, I take my shades and my hat off when I'm talking to adults, and to talk about his team, pump up his team, do all of these things. Do you think there's a little bit in there where it's like, look, if we keep doing this, we'll get more people to watch. We'll bump these numbers up.
I mean, right? Nobody prior to, and frankly, nobody if they weren't playing Colorado, nobody's talking about 0-1 Colorado State.
No.
Jay Norvell's not in the national news. You're not hearing about him on ESPN. You're not hearing about him on Fox. There's none of that. But that's where I think it's more of, number one, pumping your program. Number two, highlighting and trying to get your guys motivated to go, even more so, because they understand they're reading the tweets, they're reading the paper, maybe not the paper, but they're seeing the shows, right? They understand the magnitude of this game and how much more it was highlighted and talked about once all the trash talk throughout the week was occurring.
They understand that nobody was giving them a chance.
No, and that in a way motivates you.
Played really
understandably so. Now, in that game, obviously, we know 9.3 million people watched that game. Outside of that, and this goes back to the whole George Kliakoff Pac-12 media deal situation, it was not a very good weekend in college football last week. The Alabamas of the world were playing USFs. Your best game from a ranking standpoint was probably Tennessee, Florida.
Mhm.
Georgia was at a game or was in a game against South Carolina for a while. But it was not a very good weekend in college football. Maybe Minnesota, North Carolina, but it's not really an attractive matchup.
No.
And so
We always look at helmet games, and that's not.
Yeah.
Although,
and so LSU, Mississippi State maybe was one of them, but
LSU
doesn't look good.
No.
And so when you look, I guess, at the rest of the rankings in terms of ratings for week 3 of college football, yeah, Colorado's going to be at the top. But since this is a Pac-12 discussion, the next Pac-12 game that was the highest watched was, as I'm scrolling down trying to find one, San Diego State and Oregon State that had 418,000 viewers. So you want to talk about all these games in between. All of these games in between that featured, and I'll just rattle them off, SEC, SEC, ACC, Big Ten, SEC. I could go through and count all of these, but you have Colorado all the way up at 9.3 million viewers. And then all the way down, the next most watched Pac-12 game from week 3 specifically was the San Diego State Oregon State game, who had 418,000 viewers on FS1.
It's going to be crazy because I feel like those numbers for Colorado State are going to be close to similar, considering they're playing a much better opponent. This game is being pushed a lot. I think 9 p.m. kickoff or something like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that Dan Lanning is already talking smack, not about Dion or not about Coach Prime, but about the University of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how them leaving the Pac-12 for the Big 12, does that really make a difference? Because they've never won a conference title. They've never really done anything in the Pac-12. So he's like, it's, the Pac-12 isn't losing anything with Colorado leaving.
Yeah.
But now you look at them and you look at those numbers, 9 million compared to the next most 400, whatever.
This is my point. As Huskers P chimes in, and we really appreciate Huskers P comment on this.
Thank you.
A 10-minute, absolutely no point having conversation on a trash conference, he says. Thank you, Huskers P. But let me tell you the point.
Big
is
ups.
that in all of this, these are why teams are leaving conferences. This is why the Pac-12 conference was disbanded in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Was because it is possible when you bring in a guy like Dion and you bring the attention to him like Colorado State and Jay Norvell did, and you surround him with athletes, it's that, hey, you can get 9.3 million. But even though Oregon State is ranked 14th in the country, there are unranked games featuring other conferences on bigger networks getting more eyeballs. Against San Diego State's not a bad opponent.
No.
Nebraska and Northern Illinois got more attention last week than a top 15 matchup against a team in San Diego State who goes to bowl games. So that is the point, Huskers P. That is the point of this conversation, once again, is that this is why we are sitting here going, man, everybody's leaving the Pac-12, even though they have 8 good teams or 8 teams worthy of a ranking right now in week 3, based on specific schedule to team and other stuff going on. 8 Pac-12 teams are ranked. And the 2 that are still stuck in that conference next year are 2 of the ranked teams as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to talk just the humor, the irony of, man, these teams all left, but now here we are talking about them all. And what the future looks like.
It's kind of ironic that all the teams agree to leave, or all the teams are leaving, and then the conference looks like it's on very, well, obviously not solid footing, but looks like a very solid conference in terms of
football,
how the team, in terms of football and how the teams are looking. It's kind of ironic, kind of sad. You get Dion in for a season in the Pac-12, and you see what he can do. You see what he's going to take to the Big 12, who already, as of right now, isn't looking that strong, but with the addition of Colorado and maybe these other teams will step up their game. But the Big 12 is going to be in pretty good hands TV ratings wise once Colorado joins with Coach Prime.
Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are both open for you guys. And Big Bird makes a good point. And this is kind of where we started at, is how much George Kliavkoff fumbled the TV deal. And Big Bird says that on the text line as well. Because if I'm George Kliavkoff, who says, hey, we're going to try to continue to fight for this conference, well, it's probably a little too late, unfortunately.
Like I said, at the time, it probably made sense. But as things started to unravel, it looks, dumber and dumber as the days go by, unfortunately. We do have to get 4 breaks in this session,
let's go ahead. Thank you for reminding me. Let's go ahead and get to break. When we come back, we'll dive into the NFL a little bit because Minkah Fitzpatrick had some quotes regarding his hit on Nick Chubb, and I want to get Rico's thoughts. I want to get your guys' thoughts as well. 464-5685. Feel free to give us a call, text us in. Was Minkah Fitzpatrick hit on Nick Chubb dirty? Now I want to obviously understand the rules of the NFL. Hits on defenseless player. Nick Chubb necessarily wasn't labeled as a defenseless player, but there's rules and stipulations on when forward progress is stopped. Where can you hit? How should a defender hit a player? But also, when you're going a million miles an hour and the game is moving, how much should we really blame these guys for going low or hitting a little higher than right at the torso? So things like that. Let's talk about that as Nick Chubb's season is all finished. But Minkah Fitzpatrick will play on Sunday for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll talk about that and a little Huskers coming up down the road. Feel free to come in and hang out. Mill, we're going to count the steps. 27 and a half on the way out of here. You're listening to the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Need service on your home air conditioner? Call the company Lincoln has counted on since 1952, Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. No matter what brand you have, when you need service, you want Bryant's experienced pros working for you. Friendly NATE certified technicians with the tools, training, and technology to restore your comfort quickly. No matter what brand, when you need service, just call Bryant. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Blecker and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Warning, this ad will use the F word often, so listen at your own risk. Family fun, fun with friends, freedom from fuel, free Yeti cooler, free driveway delivery. Hey, this is Carl from Nebraska Golf Carts and Priced Right Auto, and we have the all-electric Bentelli Fun Carts, and they are a blast. Plenty of fun colors, and these street-legal carts come in both 4 and 6 passenger. Tell us you heard us on the ticket and get a free Yeti cooler with your purchase. Hurry, supply is limited. Check them out at 1235 West O in Lincoln or NebraskaGolfCarts.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Imagine a world where no one explains the rules of the game. Just go out there and do your best, kid. But your best isn't good enough. Junior Achievement is working on leveling the playing field. We need your support. Suit up. It's game time.
Visit ja.org/volunteer.
The first half of the high school football season in the state of Nebraska has come and gone, so we turn our attention to week 5, and we have you covered right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night as we bring you a Class B matchup here on The Ticket. It's the Creek Cardinals traveling to Lincoln to face off against the Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius X. The Cardinals look to stay above 500 here in 2023, while the Thunderbolts look to bounce back after a disappointing loss at Bennington last week. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. from Aldrich Field, while we have pregame starting at 6:40 p.m. And you can hear all the action between Crete and Pius X unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get all of your favorite restaurants delivered with menudelivered.com. One place for ordering delicious appetizers, refreshing salads, hot entrees, fresh sandwiches, and more. From Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, and all Lincoln Good Sense Subs locations. Download our phone app to earn rewards on all of your carryout and delivery orders. Available on Apple and Android, just search for the Pillar Restaurants app. That's the Pillar Restaurants app. Download today.
This school year's in full swing. Students are back in the class learning, making new friends, and developing new interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Parents, communication is key to helping your student maintain a strong start to the school year. Whether your student is in high school or navigating the new world of kindergarten, keep an open dialogue about what they're learning and how they are growing.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So we were talking about before the break how many steps it would take for us to walk from our studio to the Amazing Mill Coffee, and if we wanted to get a cup of whatever, the pumpkin pie lattes, the cold brew that I usually get, just a normal cup of coffee, how many steps would we have to take? Basically, and you would have to take, because we're pretty close to the door.
Yeah.
We set the line at 27.5. Rico said under, I said over. And I am pleased to tell you that it was 28 steps.
Nick Vegas over here.
Not intentional. Not intentional.
It's like he's done it before and he knew. He set me up.
There you go.
He set me up.
Live and learn, Rico. No,
Ridiculous.
but nonetheless, seriously, come on down. Say hello. Say what's up. We want you guys to come in. We want to meet you guys as well.
Yeah, go say what's up to Luke and he'll make your coffee.
Yeah, Luke's awesome.
Great guy.
Luke's awesome. But nonetheless, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line, both open for you guys the entire show, as well as Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. All right, Rico.
Yes.
One thing I do want to get to, since we do have to take 4 breaks, we're got to make somewhat quick segments here.
Take the 4 breaks.
Let's talk Minkah Fitzpatrick and the Nick Chubb injury, because if you've seen the replay,
I'm sorry,
it's gross.
It's not great.
It's gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, you kind of have an idea of how bad it was.
Let me put it this way: when you have a bendy straw and you stick it straight up, right, on the table, and you take the top of the bendy straw and you bend it over, but you're still holding the bottom of it. The bottom was from Nick Chubb's knee and below. The rest was the rest of his body.
Yeah. The top part,
and it was the wrong direction.
The top part was going forward while the knee was coming back.
It was just there. It was just there.
Yeah.
Just stood there.
So with that in mind, Minka Fitzpatrick was asked today. He was his first time talking to the media since that whole occurrence on Sunday night, or on Monday night, rather. And he talks about how he's like, there's no ill will. There's no, I'm a chippy, edgy player, of course, but I'm not a dirty player. Because there's a lot of people coming at him for going low on Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Minka Fitzpatrick, defensive back for the Steelers, is alluding to the idea of like, hey, you guys go out and try to tackle Nick Chubb. When he's coming downhill at you, come try and tackle Nick Chubb, because you can't just wrap your arms around him and expect him to fall forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was already a guy starting to tackle the ball carrier at this time. And Minka then comes in and hits him low and obviously takes out the knee and forces the season-ending injury.
It was just terrible timing because Nick Chubb was running forward. Somebody was pulling him down, and he had just planted his outside leg. He had just planted it into the ground when Minka comes in and hits him, and it just terrible timing.
So remember, there's the last couple of years, there's been a lot of emphasis on how defensive guys in football, whether it's college or professional, should hit ball carriers and the offensive player. And this quote was interesting by Fitzpatrick. He said this, quote, "If I tackle a guy like Nick Chubb high, he's running full speed downhill. I'm stationary. I'm going to get ran over. I know it's an offensive game and people want to see points, but defensive players are people too. We have to protect ourselves. And when you're tackling big guys, it's easier. You take less of a brunt on your body and your head when you go low." And so that's like something that you never think about, is that, right? Once again, on this play, Minka Fitzpatrick got the wind knocked out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, like, see, here we see Minka Fitzpatrick go low, end a guy's season, and that's Nick Chubb, obviously. Mm-hmm. And now Fitzpatrick is getting ridiculed for obviously taking away Nick Chubb's season.
I mean,
however, if he hits him high, let's say Minka Fitzpatrick gets a concussion, then he's out for a couple of weeks, and nobody's talking about the hit on Nick Chubb.
Yeah. How many times have you seen that hit? How many times have you seen a running back getting tackled by somebody falling forward? Somebody comes in, takes their legs out so that they stop running, and there's no injury. You see that in just about every game, multiple times a game. Like I said, it was just terrible timing where Nick Chubb had just planted his foot. It's not a dirty play. It's not a dirty player by any stretch of the imagination, because like Nick just mentioned, and like Fitzpatrick has said, they're trying to take the hits to the head out of the game. They're trying to take those helmet to helmet, any type of contact up there, up high, out of the game. If you hit a wide receiver as soon as they catch the ball and you hit them, shoulders and above, that's a flag. You hit him in the knees, it's not a flag, but it could end their season. Like that's just the way that these things are, where you go high, you're either going to give somebody a major concussion, or if you're a smaller guy and it's a big running back, you're not going to tackle him and you're going to get dropped. Whereas if you got to take the legs out.
You also have to think about where the play took place, right? We're not talking, this was at midfield. This was not at the 40-yard line. This was inside the 10-yard line, right? And the Steelers were trying to prevent Nick Chubb from getting to the end zone. Nick Chubb's a guy that's going to be able to carry a tackler or carry two guys a few extra yards and give that extra effort. Minka Fitzpatrick just trying to, stop that potential of Nick Chubb getting to the end zone on that run. And once again, it's part of it, I think, unfortunately, is that you can try to take the defenseless player conversations. You can make amends and changes to rules and teach defenders how to tackle properly. But at the end of the day, in a situation like that where Nick Chubb, unfortunately, is starting to fall down to the ground while dragging one defender on his right side, Minka Fitzpatrick just comes in, tries to say, hey, I'm just going to go low.
Cut the tree down.
I'm somewhat protecting myself in this instance. Go low, and in a, I don't know if it's necessarily a freak situation, but just in a once in a very seldom amount of time type of tackle where Nick Chubb's leg basically goes inverted. Like that, you see that tackle so often. You see that type of contact that, yes, it's a risk at knee injuries for the player on offense, but it also protects, if done the way Minka Fitzpatrick must have done it, protects the defender as well. So once again, 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Before we go to break, talk about Husker football. We do have to mention what Sam Griesel did yesterday for the Basketball Champions League organization that he's a part of. Telecom Baskets is what Sam Griesel is on. Here's what he did yesterday. In 24 minutes of play in his pro debut, 24 minutes, 28 points, 10 rebounds for Sam Griesel. When he was out there on the floor, Telecom Baskets had a plus 43 plus minus when Sam Griesel was on the floor yesterday. They beat Telecom. They beat their opponent. I think I saw 105-50 in the FIBA Intercontinental Cup.
Hey, Telecom, Nebraska says you're welcome.
Yeah. So Sam Griesel, once again, 28 minutes and 10 rebounds in 24 minutes with a plus 43 plus minus while on the floor. And his team, the Telecom Baskets Bonn, beat their opponent. Can
you find the opponent's name?
It's in a different language, and I don't want to butcher it. They beat their opponent 105-50.
I don't know if that league has a rookie of the year, but just keep this up.
How about this? So in the second and third quarters combined, Sam Griesel's team only allowed 17 total points, but scored, 58 points. They outscored him 58-17 in the second and third quarters combined.
I would like to say that Sam Griesel probably played amazing defense, and he never got a black shirt while he was here.
Yeah.
So.
And back to the football. Thundernaut Collins brings this up. He says this came up a long time ago, or it came up a year or two ago with the emphasis on targeting. Multiplayers called this. At some point, we as fans have to understand that this, while a horrible injury, is part of the game. It's almost as if there's no with hits. It feels like, especially targeting, there's always going to be one instance that's brought up or one hit that happens where you're like, man, by rule, yes, it's targeting, but that really doesn't feel like targeting, right? I think a lot of people felt that way with Ty Robinson's hit against Minnesota, where it was like, yeah, by rule, he's launching his head and his head is lowering down to the quarterback and it hits him in the chest, right? And it was like, yeah, by rule, that's targeting. Ty Robinson should get kicked out of the game. But man, that's really disappointing because that somewhat just feels like a football play. So
I think about it this way before we go to a break is, you're taught to, hit the midsection, right? Your shoulder pad right there, right? If you're going to do that, somebody has the ball. What are they going to do? They're going to try to cover themselves up by lowering their head, lowering their shoulder to run you over. All of a sudden, head to head contact, targeting, whatever, you're getting run over. You hit them. It's targeting. You get kicked out of the game, whatever happens. You go lower, you go for the knee. You're not getting all the way down there, right? You go for the knees, they plant. All of a sudden, you take their knee out. It's a big problem also. So there is a way to tackle, but at the same time, when people are trying to protect themselves, things get all misconstrued and people are in different angles and different things happen. Sometimes helmets hit, sometimes, helmets hit knees, helmets hit helmets. It just happens.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate part, that's for sure, though. But let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll dive into Husker football as Matt Rule spoke today one final time prior to Louisiana Tech. We'll give you the lowdown on what he had to say, as well as we talked Husker men's basketball conference schedule yesterday. Husker women's conference schedule was released. Their entire 2023-2024 schedule is finalized and is ready to go. We'll give you some of the details on that. Don't go anywhere. Happy hour. Huge shout out to Empire Fence and Netting for their support as well. Come on down to the mill. Say hello, as we'll be here until 6 p.m. Let's take a break. 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, it's lunchtime. Where should we go today?
How about Qdoba? We can get free queso and chips with an entree purchase.
Whoa, how'd you know about that?
It's in the campus cash booklet that we got for free to start the school year. The student marketplace. You didn't get yours?
I'd better go grab mine now.
You'd better stop at the College of Hair Design too. Your hair is getting long. $8 haircut with the campus cash book.
What about my friends who are out of college?
They can download the Campus Cash app for free and get great deals too. From Pizza Hut, Juice Stop, Craft Axe Throwing, and tons more.
Campus Cash, the student marketplace. Find your free booklet on campus or download the Campus Cash app.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see areas of fog this morning, otherwise partly sunny skies, and then a chance of showers and storms later in the day. See a high of around 84. Tonight, showers and storms are likely with the low of around 63. And tomorrow, more showers and storms likely in the forecast with a high of around 81. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I don't believe you people.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? Huh?
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Down here, 1040 O Street. Come on down, say hello to us. 464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line. Just a real brief conversation here. Nebraska women's basketball, their schedule was finalized today.
Yes.
They'll go down to St. Petersburg, Florida this year for a tournament. They'll face Lamar and TCU down there. More notably, though, their first four Big Ten home conference games.
Yes.
Have you seen this, Rico?
I skimmed over it, but I didn't actually
think about it.
Look too hard about it. No.
Their first four games, conference games at home, I should say. Maryland, good team. Illinois, good team. Indiana, very good team.
Yeah.
Michigan, good team.
Usually a pretty solid team. Yeah.
There's your first four home conference games.
Holy
for
schmoly.
Nebraska women's basketball. So we talked about yesterday, the men's side of things shaped up rather favorably for Nebraska for the most part. But here, not so much maybe for Nebraska women's basketball, who will be getting Allison Widener back. There'll be obviously another year of Alexis Markowski. Callan Hake is there off the bench. A lot of good incoming players. Logan Nisley, as
Jess
well as
Shelley
one
back.
of them, Jess Shelley, returns for a fifth year.
They wanted to start off the conference slate with some juggernauts. That's all they wanted to do.
Yeah, well, there you go. You did so. Nice job. Okay, so let's talk Husker football here. A couple minutes before we'll get to the crossover with Strick and Austin. Now, there's a chance of storms on Saturday. It's supposed to be, I think, a high of 82. I just saw it's 2:30 kickoff between Nebraska and Louisiana Tech. But 40%. Yeah, you're turning down the voice. You're playing. Rico's over here playing with
Was that yours?
sliders.
Did that mess with yours too?
I hear my voice and then I just don't hear my
Does that
voice
mess with
anymore.
yours too?
Yes, it does.
Wow.
Anyway,
You learn something new every day. We're still learning this board.
we are
right?
we are still learning. But
Sometimes I see
nonetheless-
it's like you're talking, so I was like, I'm just gonna see what this does. I apologize. I didn't think it would mess with you.
It's hard
Mine's
to contain.
plugged into the board, so I thought it would just be mine.
Anyway,
It's over there.
So
I'm sorry.
it's a high of, I think, 82 degrees. 40% chance of thunderstorms on Saturday during the day. There could be some little bit of weather
Good.
on Saturday for Nebraska, Louisiana Tech.
Wait, not good.
Well,
Kinda
so here's where it gets somewhat interesting, right? We heard nothing on the quarterback conversation, the discussion, the decision.
I'll play whichever one gives us the
today.
best chance to win.
Yes,
That doesn't
for
help
the
me.
most part. Matt Rule also talked about how he's fine playing two quarterbacks.
If you have two quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Mark Satterfield.
There you go.
But
So
nonetheless,
he's okay. So wait a minute. Is there some
Is there-
dissension between the
is there
coaching staff already?
Miscommunication.
Oh no, the head coach is fine with two.
They're
The
not
offensive
on the
coordinator
same
wants
page.
one. We have got ourselves a problem, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, with all the joking aside, Nebraska, they're going to probably lean a lot on the running game, whether that's the quarterback run or traditional run. They're going to lean a lot on that, I would assume.
It's going to be a quarterback run.
Emmett Johnson, man. I mean, Emmett Johnson, Quentin Ives. I think throughout the course of this week, it's real disappointing because everybody that listens to the show somewhat regularly knows I'm a big fan of Gabe Ervin, and I've enjoyed seeing Gabe back out there at 100% healthy.
And I consider Ramir Johnson my son.
Exactly. So
This show is heartbroken.
it's
It was
been a tough week.
It was a bad Monday for us.
By the way, Gabe Ervin had surgery yesterday. Ramir and Dwight Boodle have surgery today, or had surgery today, I
Yeah.
should say, whichever one is correct there.
It's
But,
happening today.
yeah, nonetheless, Nebraska, they're going to lean a lot on Emma Johnson. And so throughout the course of this week, though, I think I've become more, I don't know, I guess, intrigued by what Nebraska's traditional running game looks like on Saturday rather than concerned on what it could mean in the future. I think right when Gabe Ervin and Ramir Johnson were announced to be out for the year, from the 5,000-foot view and just the immediate, I guess, concern or panic, if you will, from some people was, oh no, now you have a guy that's Anthony Grant who has fumble issues and then a whole lot of inexperienced and unproven guys. Well, I think over the course of this week, Nebraska can only take it one game at a time. And thankfully, glass half full type of mentality here is that you're going to be able to go up against a pretty poor defense in Louisiana Tech before you have to go up against a college football playoff contender in Michigan.
Yeah, I think that this is, again, there's never a perfect time for injuries, obviously, but this might be the best time for them to get these two younger running backs some run, some play, because this Louisiana Tech defense is pretty porous. They allow somewhere along the lines of 37 points a game. They got ran all over by North Texas last week. So in terms of getting a more traditional running game going and getting, maybe Anthony Grant back into the swing of things as the number one back, getting Emmett Johnson some carries in college and Quentin Ives his first carries in college, I think this is probably the best time for this to happen. Again, a very unfortunate injury and terrible for Ramier and for Gabe, but next man up mentality. Anthony Grant was your starter last year, dealt with some fumble issues during camp, scored a touchdown in the last game. Hopefully the fumble issues can be resolved. Bad weather, rainy, wet weather probably won't do any favors for him if he's struggling holding onto the ball.
Yeah.
But it should slow down a Louisiana Tech offense that does like to throw the ball a lot with one of their speedy wide receivers, Smoke Harris. I watched Smoke Harris highlights the other day. Dude's fun to watch. He's very fun to watch.
So when you look at Louisiana Tech, it's another game similar to last week against Northern Illinois that just simply on paper matches up really well against Nebraska, for Nebraska, I should say, to where Louisiana Tech, Nebraska, if there are storms, if there is a lot of rain and it's just kind of crappy out on Saturday, they're going to be able to they're going to have to run the football. And Louisiana Tech ranks 124th through 3 games, or I should say 4, because they played a week 0 game, 124th in rushing defense. They're allowing over 200 yards, 205.2 yards per game on defense for Louisiana Tech. This is one that Nebraska, even if it's not working right out of the gate, you got to stay with it, because statistics show that it will open up, number one, and number two, that's going to kind of be how you have to win this game. Or I should say, run your offense in crappy situations.
Like with an already struggling passing game and some wide receivers and, tight ends, quarterbacks who maybe aren't on the same page quite yet and are still trying to get things ironed out. This game coming along right now isn't going to help that process. But again, as I said, with the 2 injuries to your top 2 backs, you're, on the depth chart, this game should do well for them to get those guys more into a rhythm, hopefully help the offensive line to be more physical and get that into their minds of, this is how we're going to be all season. We're running the ball. We're punching these teams in the mouth. Louisiana Tech, unfortunately, probably going to be the first victim of the hopefully very strong run game for Nebraska.
Emmett Johnson over 100 yards.
Under.
Okay, there it is. Once again, Nick Sainer, Rico with you guys.
Anthony Grant, 2.5 touchdowns.
Under.
Okay.
Quarterbacks over a touchdown and a half.
Rushing. Both quarterbacks
combined. Because I don't know who's playing, so I can't say a name.
Yeah. I'm gonna say under.
Just one.
If both of them play, you can get one from each.
If Jeff Sims plays 2,
if Heinrich
Carter plays 1.
Yeah,
maybe. We'll see. Nonetheless, it's time to get you guys ready for On the Block. Stick around. We'll continue things after this.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Imagine a world where no one explains the rules of the game. Just go out there and do your best, kid. But your best isn't good enough. Junior Achievement is working on leveling the playing field. We need your support. Suit up. It's game time.
Visit ja.org/volunteer.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
All right, it's lunchtime. Where should we go today?
How about Qdoba? We can get free queso and chips with an entree purchase.
Whoa, how'd you know about that?
It's in the campus cash booklet that we got for free to start the school year, the student marketplace. You didn't get yours?
I'd better go grab mine now.
You'd better stop at the College of Hair Design too. Your hair is getting long. $8 haircut with the campus cash book.
What about my friends who are out of college?
They can download the campus cash app for free and get great deals too, from Pizza Hut, Juice Stop, Craft Axe Throwing, and tons more.
Campus Cash, the student marketplace. Find your free booklet on campus or download the Campus Cash app.
This school year's in full swing. Students are back in the class learning, making new friends, and developing new interests. I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. Parents, communication is key to helping your student maintain a strong start to the school year. Whether your student is in high school or navigating the new world of kindergarten, keep an open dialogue about what they're learning and how they are growing.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you. Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any backyard landscaping project, and you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonzal Pool & Spa is having a sale so good that they're offering it up for the whole month. Soak up the savings when you purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now through the end of September. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today and soak up the savings at Bonzal Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2, or at bonzalpool.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Season in the state of Nebraska has come and gone, so we turn our attention to week 5, and we have you covered right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night as we bring you a Class B matchup here on The Ticket. It's the Creek Cardinals traveling to Lincoln to face off against the Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius X. The Cardinals look to stay above 500 here in 2023, while the Thunderbolts look to bounce back after a disappointing loss at Bennington last week. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. from Aldrich Field, while we have pregame starting at 6:40 p.m. And you can hear all the action between Crete and Pius X unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Even before you start. That was a preemptive
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I already had someone created in my image. He's evil, he wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick, Rico, Strick, and Austin is back as well. Gentlemen, what's up?
I leave you two alone for 2 hours yesterday.
Dude,
Strick's taking swings, Nick's stealing headphone plugs.
It's a good thing for Strick. It's a good thing. It would have been a necessity for me if I needed to take Strick to court. He was swinging in the studio.
Swinging.
It's baseball season.
You were swinging on me, and I had two witnesses.
I was in the batter's box. I'm up. I'm up
I
next.
wasn't the ball.
Your head is the ball.
Hey, Austin.
Strick, really?
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah,
See
Rico,
no evil.
See, Rico wouldn't have stood up for me. He didn't stand up for me.
No, because the fact of the matter, I'm in the batter's box. And
what batter's box?
There's a fly right here. There's
on the window.
There was a fly on the window. Yep. Head Molati walked in. And it was, I thought
He said
launch
angle.
that's
the biggest fly I've ever seen.
He said launch angle, timing.
Dang.
That's what I thought.
We were having a good conversation. I was walking in after you. I step on. I turn, and all of a sudden I see a backpack.
Backpack.
My life flashed before my eyes 10 seconds ago.
Dora the Explorer. Backpack.
Strick's about to pack you up.
Yeah.
Nihilist, how about this? Nihilist says, I don't know what Strick is talking about, but I believe him.
There you go. That's a fact.
That checks out. Hey, guys.
Hashtag believe Stricky.
We should pause.
Hashtag believe Stricky.
Hold on, Rico. Very important question.
What?
Do you fit easily into overhead storage bins?
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Rico, the people want to know.
Only on regional flights. The regional flights on the one seat side.
Yeah, I'm not checking Rico. I'm just carrying him.
I haven't tried.
I can put him under the seat.
Sir, you need to put that under the seat in front of you. On the way back from Denver, I had to do that. So I got told I had the row to myself on the way back. And I was against the window. I had my backpack in the middle seat.
Did you buckle the seatbelt with it?
No, I did not.
You would have gotten away with it.
But she was the flight attendant comes down. He's like, "Sir, you need to put that in the seat in front of you." And I said, "Okay." And I put it down in the middle, underneath the seat in the middle.
And nobody was in your seat.
Nobody was in the row.
That's unbelievable.
And they come back and they're like, "No, it needs to be in the middle, in the front, in the seat in front of you."
And there was nobody
there's nobody sitting here.
Wow,
like,
they're doing the most.
Did you move it mid-flight?
Yeah, I did not leave it underneath the seat in front. Because I wanted the leg room.
Sometimes
why do you need the leg room?
I need an airline check. What airline was that?
I am not outing the airline.
Strick.
Well, wait up.
I need an airline.
They'll tell you out there
because I'm not riding that one.
It was fun
because they did Nick dirty.
Yeah,
absolutely no other. What if it's an airline that's treated you well in the past?
Well, okay. Listen.
The
levels of my airline
ridiculous.
Last on that list is definitely Spirit. I'm calling it.
Wait. So actually, that's the thing.
That's what we flew with.
No. That is not what I flew. Now,
Spirit is soul plane.
What'd you fly out to Colorado?
I flew Frontier.
Frontier. How was that?
Frontier was not bad.
Okay, serviceable.
Not bad.
It was okay. Would you do it again?
Frontier is probably my third to last. United is probably my last.
Really?
I can't stand United.
In front of Spirit?
Yes. No, United.
Give us your airline rankings.
Bottom. to top.
Give us
bottom to top.
Okay.
No,
Give us your
worst to
airline
best.
rankings
Spirit.
from worst to best.
Okay. Spirit.
Okay.
By far.
Why are we doing this?
Next.
Okay.
United.
All right.
Next.
Frontier.
Next. Delta. Then American.
Where's Southwest on that list?
Southwest second.
Okay. So you forgot Southwest.
Southwest second.
Okay.
Apparently Nick's a big Southwest guy.
No.
I mess with Southwest.
I liked Delta.
I've only had good experiences
Delta's
with
okay.
United.
United, you had great experience.
I didn't say great. I said I've only had good experiences.
Every
with
time
United.
I freaking get on a United plane, bro, it's been the worst.
Really?
The flight attendants, they all look like they're mean mugging.
Yeah, it's easy now.
Like they look mean.
Okay.
They're like hello, yeah, welcome.
Wow, I don't know what flight attendants you got. Mine were super nice.
They were nasty.
Yours are now working for Southwest.
Maybe
they made the move up. They made the move up. They're like, all right,
Climbing the ladder.
It's time to get down.
Climbing the corporate airplane ladder.
Granted, I've only flown like 6 times, but only good experiences.
All right. Anyway, what's coming up on the show today, gentlemen? We got to have a quick crossover. They're going to do some camera stuff here.
Oh, yeah, all sorts of good stuff on the show today. Huskers injury update from Matt Rule and rain prep versus crowd noise prep. Is there a difference getting into that? Is it easier to prepare for rain versus crowd noise, which makes a bigger impact on the game? Lincoln Riley hates journalists again.
Yeah, it's true.
that fascinates me for a lot of reasons. And then a lot of NBA headlines. JJ Redick had Andre Iguodala, Evan Turner on his podcast recently. They got into a lot of interesting stuff that I would love the former NBA player's opinion on.
I want Iguodala.
Ooh,
we saw Evan Turner in Vegas.
Some conspiracies in there.
Strict.
Huh?
We saw Evan Turner in Vegas.
We saw Evan Turner.
Who'd you fly out to Vegas?
United.
No,
nice. Who'd you fly out to Vegas? American.
There
it is. That'll do it for us.
I'm an American.
Sticker. Nobody's
questioning. I'm an American. What is it?
We're done.
On the Block is coming up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Adios.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Giverito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L, or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Aloe is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Aloe has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Aloe as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Aloe communities.
Vershawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line